Hello everyone! Long time no see. Well, unless you've been watching the train sim stuff. So, my replacement throttle quadrant was the whole reason why I couldn't do flight sim. But the replacement showed up. Luckily it was repaired under warranty. I replaced it like, I don't know, by now it's about 60 days ago. And it just wasn't registering a lot of the stuff that I was doing. It has toggle switches on it that I've got things programmed to, and sometimes it would work, sometimes send it back to go, yeah, there's a problem, we'll send you a new one. Of course, Easter delayed everything. Welcome aboard Air Canada Flight 401, non-stop from here in beautiful, one of the prettier airports in the U.S. for sure, Salt Lake City International, as we fly up to my home airport of Vancouver International. This is a default Salt Lake. Vancouver International, however, is not. I'll have it linked down below. I do use the Payware rendition of it. I got it for the float plane base, which is modeled in all that. Sadly, you float right through the dock. So, yeah, that didn't turn out so great. But, you know, at least it's kind of nice. It's got the Air Canada hangars and all that stuff. So this is my gonna fly it again. They've done a lot of updates to X-Plane since the last time I've done it. X-Plane map enhancement is in use along with SimHaven. X-Plane map enhancement has gone through multiple updates and map enhancements. I'm now on 3.2.1 of the actual maps, the overlays and that stuff. And 4.4.2, I believe it is, of X-Plane map enhancement. I use the professional version. If you'd like to get it for yourself, it's about $40 a year, I think. I use the pro version. I bought it with my own money, simply because I have access to map sources that the free version does not. Which I find much better. I am using the Apple Maps for this, not the Google Maps. And you can only get the Apple Maps in the Pro version. So there you go. This is the default Laminar A330-300. They have done multiple updates to this over the time. I am on X-Plane 12.4.1. I have done nothing with the aircraft. I'm going to get it set up and everything else like that. I'll see you on the runway. Reminder, links to everything I'm using will be in the, well, not everything, but the main things that are going to be important for you. And you should probably have, like a lot of these plugins, will be linked in the description down below. Click show more. You will also find ways you can help support the channel. We do not do sponsored content. Everything is bought with my own money and viewer donations. And of course, you will also find my computer specs. We are in 4K, so do up your screen resolution if you have that capability, as well as a link to my Discord, always free to join. Thanks for flying along. And here we go. We just left the gate. I'll do the final takeoff config once we are at the holding short of the runway. So far, the setup for the aircraft went perfectly fine. Exactly what I'd expect. With an Airbus, not as detailed, obviously, as my TOLUS A340. But this aircraft is free. You get it with X-Plane 12 by default. And it's a mighty fine default aircraft. Some people go, you know, poo-poo default. Look. Don't knock it until you try it. This is a fun aircraft to fly. They've done a lot of work on it. Secondary flight plan is active on it, which is awesome. Not that I use it, but it's cool for those that do. Especially if you're one of those people that likes to do, you know, across the pond kind of things. Whether you do it just yourself offline kind of thing. but you have, you know, let's say failures set up in that. So now you've got to scramble. It's like, okay, we can't make it there. We're going to have to land in Gander. So having the ability to put in Gander in your secondary flight plan, come up with the arrival and approach that you're going to need based on the current weather conditions, your weight, what runway you're going to need and all that. Plug it all into the secondary flight plan, then make secondary flight plan the active. That's really handy. On aircraft where that is actually modeled, and it is on this. Haha! No more scratches. Thank you to thanks to Delta. He whipped up, or she, I don't know which. They whipped up a quick little DDS file for me to remove the scratches and such. Not the reflections. One of the lead, boy, did I get ripped a new one. One of the lead developers of Laminar was actually in the Discord when I was saying they've got to do, and it's like, turn the freaking lights down in the flight deck. You know, kind of thing. None too impressed that I was moaning and complaining about the reflections on the flight deck's windscreen. Not too pleased. I still don't believe that is realistic. I seriously don't. I can't see any pilot flying with that kind of reflection. And during critical phases of flight, having to have the flight deck so dark that it sort of mitigates a lot of it. I just can't see as a safety thing that they would ever do that. But, you know, what do I know? I'm not a real world pilot. So I love having clear, like now you're going to say, well, yeah, but that's not realistic either. Now your windshields and all that are perfectly spotless. That's fine. It makes for good screenshots. I can live with it. As you can see, quite a breezy. We have a star, a SID, sorry, that's in. But because of the winds, we're taking off on 1.6 is what they gave us. Basically 16 center, if you want to call it that. It's 16 left, technically, because the runway over off the left of us, there's another runway. But that is runway 17. So, yeah. So, here we go. Let's slow down a bit. And I'm just going to do this now. You to on, you to there. Nav logos are on. You are on. Excellent. Takeoff config, green, no blue. Cabin is ready and secure. Let's go to Vancouver. Now, you're not going to have to watch the whole flight. Yes, I know. It's very scenery intensive around here, so we're not getting 60 FPS for sure. Alright, here we are. Lovely. I have to say, and don't worry, all we're going to do is we're going to get up a bit. I'm going to get the autopilot on. I'll hand fly it for a little bit because it is about seeing how the changes have, you know, done with the Laminar A330. I love flying this aircraft. I know some people go, well, I don't. Well, I mean, whatever. Not everybody has $110 to buy a TOLUS. I'm just here to showcase for you. It's also, this is more about making sure this new throttle works the way I want it to, the new throttle quadrant. Well, it's not new, it's the same one, but it's a replacement. It's more about that than anything. That is one of the best lineup jobs I think I have done all year. And here we go. Weather radar on, about it at. You are on, all reporting. We'll get engines to continuous. Engine pressures look good. All of the ECAM pages are modeled, everything. Everything is good up there. Okay, here we go. We are doing a flex takeoff, just in case you're curious. SRS runway green, we have a no blue. We are going heading hold for now. 80 knots, neutral by 100. V1, rotate. Yeah. You're coming up. Oh, that's not working. I can't fly that way. And which way do I want to go? I want to turn to... Well, 6 of one, half dozen of another. Thrust climb. I'm going to leave the flaps in. I think, no, I didn't want to click it. I hate this. My mouse is, I think around 325 should do. There we go, that's better. I'm leaving the flaps in now till I'm clear of those mountains. Because while my aircraft moves, those mountains do not. Can't wait for the new rendition of Simhound. That's all I'm going to say. You know what we need, don't we? Oh yeah, we know we got to do a flyby. Oh, that is just lovely. Come here, you're so picky. And go. Where are you going? Oh, I know why. Direct. We're there. Enter. I should have done that first. My bad. Okay, you can go off. You could go off. You could go off. You're all good. Strobes to auto. We can get rid of the ground spoilers. And now we will do flaps and slats up. Awesome. Oh, beautiful. And of course it's dipping the nose down because we're well over 10,000 feet, so that is to allow us to gain speed. And then it will increase the climb rate, obviously. We'll get terrain on both sides. Double check, we have no pressure leaks. Hydraulics are all good. APU is shut down. Cabin, a little more, that's fine. It's kind of cold up in Vancouver. Well, doors better be closed. Wheels are perfectly fine. There we are. So, I don't think we're going to see very much out here in all honesty. I'm going to assume this is Salt Lake. So if it actually is a salt water lake, then it basically is an inland. It's pretty big, so it's sort of like an inland sea. Isn't Bonneville or something around here somewhere? You know where they do all them racing things, like the speed tests and that? I have no idea what that is. I just updated the X-Plane map enhancement, so. Here we go. So as to take a load off the old PC, everything there is good. That's all good. Seatbelt sign should have gone off a little while ago, which it did. As you see, now we're climbing at a far quicker rate. Now that it's got up to speed, I am just going to go straight. Oop, my bad. Pull. I wish these were synced. Get you to standard. Oh, I did turn on the clock for once. What do you know? Okay, everything else is working. So, here we go. What we're going to do, I'm going to leave you the flyby, and then I'm going to bring you back if I spot something really pretty. Because once we get near Seattle, this will turn into a slideshow, probably. We will see. I want to thank you for flying along with me. That's a nice view, but of course, you're up here with me. And you've got the best view that there is. By the way, is there a way to make these go backwards? I want my seat back on. I will have to look that up. If you can make it go back more. Unlike the Tolus, this doesn't have the click-out table, which is fine. Who cares? Doesn't affect flying. Thanks for flying along. One more, because I love this camera. Engine sounds aren't all that bad for default, you know. See you on the other side. And welcome back, everyone. We just passed top of descent. And we're on our way in. We're just out, I don't know what we are. Maybe I'll tell you right now, 20 nautical miles from Payne Everett Field in Everett, Washington. As we start our descent into runway 26 left is the active. For arrivals at Vancouver International right now, as you can see, we have a company message. A lot of people don't realize this, but the AOC menu is available on here. And here you go. So there is my weather as of 1833 Zulu. It's actually the 1800. It is saying altimeter is 2968. That is, it is getting it from the sim. I don't think you have the option of saying get the weather from that sim or NOAA or whatever. If it does, I'm not sure how you do it. But I am going to go off what Navigraph is telling me for 1800, which is 2971, which I think is what our departure airport was, so I don't know if we're going to have even really change that. But we are doing perfectly fine. Give you a little flyby. It has been clouded over the entire time, hence I did not bring you back early. We will get a frame hit as we get close to Seattle. It doesn't matter what flight sim. We had the same thing in like FS9, FSX, you know, and FS 2020, I'm understanding 2024, it's the same thing. X-Plane 11, X-Plane 12, X-Plane 10. Anytime you're near, it doesn't matter, I've flown them all. Well, not 24. It doesn't matter, for whatever reason, Seattle, I guess because it's the home of Boeing, they go over the top on like the level of detail or whatever. But man, it will kill your frame rates quicker than anything. The same as it doesn't matter the sim, you don't need a map enhancement. California always looks good. You know, the San Bernardino, you know, the Hollywood Hills and all that, they always look good. Just default. It's unreal. It's like the developers of these sims have their favorites, if you will. Ah, what a glorious sight. The weather is looking good. The atmospherics have been great. Love all the different multiple types of cloud types, levels, everything. You can even see some clouds that are down below even these ones, which are down below these ones, which are down below these ones, and then you've got more up there, up above there, like multiple levels. I am using the default X-Plane 12 live weather. Since XEnviro, I don't know what's happening with XEnviro anymore. They haven't updated it since X-Plane 12.09. That was like a year and change ago or something. I don't know what they're doing. But whatever it is not helping. But you know, they haven't updated their Discord. I actually checked this morning. They haven't updated it since like the 19th of December of last year. As far as what's going on with development. As to whether or not, I know they're making a version for FS 2024. That better not be what's consuming most of their time, considering, you know, X-Plane is what made them who they are. Inabuilds didn't care. Hopefully Magnus and the folks at X and Baro do. And they realize that it's their reputation that allowed them even to make an FS 2020 version that people would trust was because of what they had done with X-Plane as far as development goes. But we'll see. Anyways, let's do a little ASMR here.
International Information Delta 1835 Zulu. Arriving runway 08 right, 08 left, 13. Departing runway 08 right, 08 left, 13. Wind light and variable. Visibility more than 10 miles. Rain. No significant cloud. Temperature 11. Dew point 11. Altimeter 2968. Advise on initial contact. You have information Delta. International Information Delta 1835 Zulu. Arriving runway 08 right, 08 left, 13. Departing runway 08 right, 08 left, 13. Wind light and variable. Visibility more than 10 miles. Rain. No significant cloud. Temperature 11. Dew point 11. Altimeter 2968. Advise on initial contact. You have information Delta. International Information Delta 1835 Zulu. Arriving runway 08 right, 08 left, 13. Departing runway 08 right, 08 left, 13. Wind light and variable. Visibility more than 10 miles. Rain. No significant cloud. Temperature 11. Dew point 11. Altimeter 296. International Information Delta 1835
Is Seattle gonna kill it again?
Arriving runway 08 right, 08 left, 13. Departing runway 08 right, 08 left, 13. Wind light and variable. Visibility more than 10 miles. Rain. No significant cloud.
Okay, thank you. I love you can pop those out so easily. Actually, I should be saying, how are we doing speed-wise? Oh, we're doing fine. Well, they said 268, right? Well, let's do 268. I mean, it's... here's the thing, it's always a judgment call when you've got discrepancy like that. Because it doesn't matter what Navigraph says or what Sim Briefing says. By the way, link in the description down below if you want to get this for yourself. It is completely freeware. It'll decode the METAR if you don't know how to read this. I do know how to read it, so mostly because I was a APC on East Skyworld for a number of years, and I actually controlled Vancouver, and actually I controlled all of Canada at one point. But I was Western ATC chief. I trained the ATCs on East Sky for Western Canada, and was their supervisor, if you will, of the ones that were already there. Most of them graduated the same time I did. So supervision was not really a thing. They all knew exactly what they were doing. So the fact that this is what the airport's reporting, that's fine. If it's not what your sim has got, then it's kind of pointless, you know? It's like, okay, well that's cool, but I have constraints on mine. I've got the terrain and airports, alternate airports on first officers. That is all good. We will get, well, we'll hold off till around 10,000. We do have a bit of an extended downwind. Due to not going in on the 8s for this one, the star ends on a downwind. And there's no connection. You have to manually go to heading and bring it around, which is what I will do. At some point, what I'll just do is I'll go down here and I'll just go direct. And what was that intersection again? Oh, Kipper, something like that. Anyway, I thought for sure Seattle was going to claim another freaking flight of mine. My video card only has 10 gigs of VRAM. I got it during the pandemic, so it was a gift from a subscriber. And up until that point, I was using an RX 580, 8 gigabytes, so the 10 gigs was nice, but it's getting to the point now where if you don't have 16 gigs for almost anything, any game nowadays, you're going to have a rough go with a lot of stuff. Luckily, X-Plane 12 does support FSR, so I don't know. I haven't used a NVIDIA card since like back in the DOS days, dang near. I don't know if it supports DLSS or not. I know Microsoft Flight Simulator does. Everything's coming down nicely. It's managing the constraints. It's not overspeeding. I haven't had to use the speed brakes at all. I changed my seating angle. I wanted to be further away, but now it's sort of. But as long as I can see this, I can pop it out. You know what I mean? So that's the main thing. When we start to make the turn, I will activate the approach phase and get the landing systems on. If you do not turn this on, you will never get the glide slope and localizer. Unlike on a Boeing where you add it, this tunes your radio frequencies automatically for you for the runways. You should check. Nav-Rad 11070, that is correct. Deselect the glide slope. No, I don't think that's what it's saying. We'll find out real quick. But by clicking this on, you now notice the magenta down here. That is the frequency for the ILS for runway 26 left. And this is coming on nicely, and that is the landing lights on, seatbelt signs on. And it's kind of slowing down on its own. Because of the extended downwind, I will wait till I get to here, and then I will activate approach phase, which I believe slows us down to 210 or green dot speed. At that speed, I could put down landing gear, flaps. I don't think I can put down full flaps, but I could put down at least one or two if it was required. Outside, I would like to say because it's so pretty, but look at that weather. There's got to be like 7 levels of cloud layers on display at once. Absolutely spectacular. I love this aircraft. I really love flying this aircraft. And it's completely free. Don't sleep on this. Now I know a good portion of my viewers, they are Boeing fans. And I do fly my 777 a lot and things like that. And I have over the years the Zero Mod and etc. But in reality, I'm an Airbus guy. In real life, I haven't stepped on a Boeing aircraft in like 25, 30, something like that. I don't like them. It's got nothing to do with the safety issues or quality control or anything. I don't like the window layout. I don't like the seat. I don't like the air conditioning system in the Boeing aircraft. I just don't. Much prefer an Airbus. I've actually in real life changed flights because the airline I was flying with made the change and they said, sorry, we're going to be flying this.
2.11, altimeter 2968. Advise on
you may be flying it, but I'm not getting on it. I have no intention of waking up with a freaking hoarse throat.
Vancouver International Information Delta 1835
thanks,
Zulu.
But no thanks.
Arriving runway 08 right, 08 left, 13. Departing runway 08 right, 08 left, 13.
Okay,
Wind light and variable. Visibility more than 10 miles. Rain. No significant cloud. Temperature 11. Dew point 11. Altimeter 2968. Advise on initial contact. You have information Delta. Vancouver International Information Delta 1835 Zulu. Arriving runway 08 right.
No significant cloud, really? Well, maybe not
Departing
below
runway
10,000.
08 right, 08 left, 13. Wind light and variable.
Activate.
Visibility more than 10 miles. Rain. No significant cloud. Temperature 11.
And now we will start to slow down to green dot speed. Unless there is speed constraints. Okay, yeah, thank you. Thanks, computer. Yeah, I got that, thanks. A little bit of speed brake. I cannot espouse how much fun it is flying this aircraft. You know, yes, it is a default aircraft, but boy, like it flies really, really well. Okay, we got our VREF, what is a 138. Okay. Seems a little quick. Auto brake low. It is a long runway. And to park, we basically want to go down to the end and over to hotel anyway. Is it hotel or Juliet taxiway? It's by the de-icing bays anyway. As you see, we got that downwind for a little bit. And when I get just to about here on Pemsu, I'll be behind here, and then I will direct us over there. And initiate a direct descent down to 3,000. You come here. Flight plan. Get some slots in, that will help. And now we're slowing down to slat speed, which is awesome, as we continue our descent down to 3,000. Ah, it's going well. I am so pleased. Okay, this is not working as planned. Okay, you are armed. Again, I'm using a Payware rendition of Vancouver International, so. And now we will fly. I just want to go down a bit. Let me get a better situational awareness on here. And here we go. And we have the glide slope. We have the localizer. We'll wait for the localizer to come in, and then I will activate the approach. 2.6 left is auto land capable. I don't know if I want to test the auto land today or not. I haven't been able to fly for, God, a month? Or they took their sweet time assessing my warrant, my RMA. But they did honor it, so thank you, Logitech. And as you see, the aircraft is performing beautifully. You can't ask for any more. And how far have we got? 17 nautical miles. So we can just stay at slots and level 1 flap. There we go. Flying sort of over Surrey and Burnaby. I think that's Surrey Center, actually. Surrey Center or Lougheed Town Center? Oh, that might be Lougheed Town Center. Or is that Central Park there? Burnaby Library. No, Burnaby Library is by Metrotown. Localizer is in. Oh, it looks like it is not capable. It's a Cat 1 signal. Single. You cannot do... Oh, it's 2.6 right that's auto land. That is fine though. I'm perfectly kosher with that. We will hold off on the flaps for now. Auto brake is loaded. Ground spoilers are armed. Seatbelts are good. Let's get you to take off. Well, get you to taxi actually. Get that just so I know the APU flap is open. I will get an ECAM memo here once it's fully opened. And there we go. So we could start the APU at any time now. Okay. Speed brake armed. Auto brake low. Well, ground spoilers are armed. We have the localizer. We're waiting on the glide slope. Runway heading is 263. We are doing full flaps with reverse thrust. That'll be the last check. I want to make sure that when I put my throttle into the lower detent, not the idle position, then I go down one more, that the reversers activate. Kind of. This is really accurate, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. It really is. It's a real sort of, it can't make up its mind. It's pretty humid. You know, the temperature and dew point are the exact same temperature. So, you know, you might get the odd little bit. Glide slope. Localizer's captured, just waiting on the glide slope, which should be in a second. Glide slope is captured. Going to flaps 2. .5. Boost approach, not that I do them, is 4,000. And we proceed straight and then fly towards the Vancouver VOR, which is 115.9. So I would track VOR 2. That's the only one I'll need for now. Block 3. You're coming down. Wow, is that gear slow? Make note of that. Brentwood Town Center and all that kind of stuff.
1000.
Flaps full. Cabin is ready. Auto brake low. Spoiler. Ground spoilers are armed. Spoilers armed. The cabin is ready. We have 3 green. We should get inhibit at some point, I think. As you can see, we do have a bunch of terrain.
$500.
Autopilot off my aircraft.
$400.
Confirmed.
$300.
Overcompensated. Continue.
200. Minimum. $100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Landing.
Retard.
Hopefully.
Retard. Retard.
Come on, baby. Not bad. Almost center line perfectly. Reverse green. Handled it perfectly. 60 knots. Reverse stow. Auto brake off, manual braking. One 3 is active, so I can't go up there. Welcome to Vancouver International, everyone. That is probably one of the best landings I have done all year. I think I had a really nice one. I want to fly that again, the Aerostar 600. I don't know why it does that little porpoising kind of thing if you get over a certain speed. So I think if I get another add-on for this sim, it'll be the Airport Enhancement 2.0. Here we go. And remember, you do not stop or clean up until the entire aircraft is over that double yellow warning sign line here. And now you can start retracting your flaps. Getting your APU on, getting your TCAS off and all that kind of stuff. Not before. 0. Landing lights off. Runway turn up lights on. Come here. APU start. Wing light can go off. 1. Traffic only. Whoa. So 268 was the right call. Like I said, it's always a judgment call when you get a difference like that. The sim obviously is not updating as often, if you will. So what it is in real life really in a situation like that becomes irrelevant, because that's not the conditions you're landing in. You know, so you really need to need a taxi. Thank you. Strobes were on auto, so they would be off. Anyway, APU is available. Excellent. And we'll be parking over on this side here. Oh, Lima I had to go to. This is what I wanted to do, was here, but I didn't stop in time. If I'd have put on brakes medium, obviously we're not on VATSIM, so we are clear left, we are clear right. We will get landing lights on, and strobe lights we'll put on manual to be blinking, because as we heard in the ATIS, runway 13 is active, so we'll just treat it as it was. Anyway, folks, there you go, the default Laminar A330-300. There's multiple liveries on it for it you can download. Your mileage will vary with it. This aircraft has had multiple updates just this year alone. I will link where you can get this rendition of Vancouver International. If you want more information on it, I will link in a card up above a video where I go more in depth on the airport itself. It is Payware. The float plane docks, as well as Pacific Air, Helijet, all that kind of stuff, they're all modeled over there on the south side. All of it is there, including the engine test place and all that kind of stuff, the maintenance. So they're all there. So it is accurate, and I've been on the tarmac of this airport a number of times, thanks to Dave, no relation, who worked at Vancouver International. He's retired now. And I don't think 839 is the one I want. I think it's more over there. But I'm just going to park here, because I can. So there we go, a full flight from Salt Lake City with a lot of different add-ons running with absolutely zero issue with the aircraft. And I showed you that you can get your METAR using the radios, or you can use the ASUS and the AOC menu as well to get it. Just don't expect to get weather requests unless you're within about 50 nautical miles of the airport. On the AOC. Anyways, my name's David. It's been my pleasure to take you on this flight, partially from Salt Lake City to Vancouver International Airport. If you enjoyed this, you know the YouTube things to do. I don't have to remind you of it. It's greatly appreciated, and it really does help the channel to get discovered by more people. We are back in X-Plane finally. The reason I didn't have a throttle quadrant, and I have a lot of stuff set up to it, and I wasn't going to learn all the keyboard commands, sorry. So hence you saw a lot of trains. Links to everything I use will be down linked below. Just click show more. You'll also find a link to my Discord, 2 ways to support the channel, as we don't do sponsored content of any type. Everything you see is bought with my own money and viewer donations. You will also find my computer specs and a link to my Discord, always free to join. Link down there below as well. Until the next time we meet, I want you to stay safe, be kind to one another, keep the blue side up, and I will see you in the skies, on the rails, and on the road. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have yourself a great week, and we will see you again real soon. Thanks for watching. God bless.